Hi. The new Mystery Science Theater 3000 box set volume 17 is out. And I've been wanting to review this for quite some time. And here's what's going on. This box set features Season 1 episode, which is also the first episode, The Crawling Eye, featuring Joel. I think it's a Season 4 episode. Beatniks is a Joel episode. As well as the two Sci-Fi Channel episodes, The Final Sacrifice and Blood Waters of Dr. Z, which feature Mike. As usual, with the Shout Factory sets, they come with their own set of like mini posters that feature the movies, drawn by I think still Steve Vance. Yes, Steve Vance. Here's the one for Final Sacrifice, and here's the one for the Beatniks. And The Crawling Eye, and Blood Waters of Dr. Z, which is actually a pretty close interpretation of the Dr. Z monster. And also the memory, the menus have been getting more and more interesting. They have been doing sort of little CG cartoons of Tom and Crow on the deck of the Satellite of Love, sort of reenacting scenes from the various movies. I'm not too sure which. I think the two best ones are the Blood Waters of Dr. Z, where Tom and Crow are fishing and they hook Dr. Z, and the Crawling Eye, where they're attacked by the Crawling Eye, and it's very, very cool looking. The Beatniks one is really neat, and actually what's interesting about the menus this time around is they actually pull audio from the episodes to act as the voices of Tom and Crow. It's kind of cool. And I think one of them, they go back and forth on Trace and Bill, which is interesting. And speaking of which, let's go to Beatniks. No, hold on, I'll hold off. I want to do these in order. The Crawling Eye. This is the first episode on Comedy Channel. Actually, it was Comedy Channel first, before it merged into Comedy Central. And there's an introduction by Joel Hodgson, just talking about getting it together. And even though, I'm a pretty hardcore Misty, I've kind of heard a lot of the stuff getting the first episode together, but still, it's fun just listening to Joel talk about it. And they can't put this episode out without having some kind of intro, and Joel's the only choice to talk about it. There's also a original trailer of The Crawling Eye. It's kind of a confusing film in a way, because there's so much shit going on in the movie. It's not terrible compared to some of their other films, but it's not particularly great either. And the riffing is okay. It's sort of in between the KTMA and the first season. There's some pretty good jokes here and there, and it does get better further on into the episode. It's not the first episode you should watch if you're just getting into MST3K, otherwise you wonder what the fuss is about. But definitely, eventually check that out. Beatniks, which is a Joel episode, and this, by the way, is Lindsay's, I think, favorite episode, right?
One of my favorites.
Okay, she's pretty hardcore about this, and Soul Taker, by the way. The episode first, there's, I think, I'm trying to remember what's the, the episode starts with the great sketch about rock, paper, scissors. It's very funny. And they also include the General Hospital bit, which I think they did 3 clips from General Hospital, an old 50s episode of General Hospital. I think this is the one with the cake, right?
I think so.
And that's my personal favorite one. All the jokes about the cake are priceless. And the movie itself, I've talked about this in previous MST3K videos, it has nothing to do with the Beat Generation, and it's just a stupid crime thriller Hollywood story. It's bad, and the actors are bad in it, and you don't care about the hero. But it's fun to watch, and the riffing is just magnificent. I love it when there's plenty of songs to make fun of, and I love it when they make fun of music too. On the special features is, of course, the original trailer, and the main event, Crow versus Crow. as well as the Mystery Science Theater Hour Wraps with Mike Nelson performing as Jack Perkins. The best one is the Crow versus Crow event, which is a convention, I think it was Dragon Con, that had Trace Belay and Bill Corbett meeting on stage and talking about their experiences playing Crow and feelings of each other. My only problem with this is the host, I can't remember his name, didn't really speak all that loud into the mic, so sometimes I can't hear him very well. There's a stupid inflatable globe on the desk, and sometimes it obscures Bill's face in one of the shots, the close-ups of him. It's like, get that stupid thing off the table. What is that doing there?
It was Earth versus Soup.
Oh, yeah, great. Yeah, well, it's in Bill's way. It's Earth versus Bill. But this is excellent, excellent. The Final Sacrifice, which I think is probably the biggest favorite, fan favorite on this. Let's see, there's a terrific interview with Bruce J. Mitchell, who starred in the film as Rousdower. And it's funny, he had no idea that people were so into this in that character. And I think he was kind of a little bit touched about it, even though they make fun of it, but still. Any recognition is good, and I like Rousdower, actually. He's like Wolverine without the powers. And let's see, I'm trying to think of, this features, of course, the riffing, and they mainly beat up on the kid, and lots of Rousdower jokes, and the old miner professor guy. But probably the best sketch is the Canada song. The Canada song kind of holds up on its own if you see it without even the episode, and it's very funny, where Tom Servo gets irritated that Mike and Crow are making fun of Canada in the episode, and so he wants to defend Canada, and it just turns into this song about Canada and making fun of Canada and how cool Canada is and versus that and that. It's great. And my personal favorite episode actually is Blood Waters of Dr. Z, a Mike episode. Good God, what a horrible movie this is. The narration by itself is hilarious. And Bill Corbett's Crow makes fun of it in a very good scene somewhere after the first kind of segment. And it's just, he's an evil scientist who wants to rule the universe as a catfish monster. And I've only learned about this recently. He sprays the fish to make them mutate and grow and attack the land, although that really never kind of happens in the movie. It's kind of alluded to somewhat, but not really. Let's see, this has the original trailer, promos, and a photo gallery. I mean, a lot of info on this film, on this particular disc. Very good set. I loved it a lot. This is easily 5 RAM chips. If you're looking for a box set on MST3K, this is a good one to start with. I recommend probably watching Beatniks first, because I think it's the most accessible, and maybe Final Sacrifice after that, and then maybe Blood Waters of Dr. Z. It's a painful film, so it may be a little hard on newbies. Anyway, that's it, and push the button, Lindsay.